Hi everybody, Ed here with another 360 travel video. Today we'll be visiting the mysterious Superstition Mountains, located about an hour outside of Phoenix, Arizona. Down a few miles from the peaks is the Lost Dutchman Museum. Famed for his pure gold discovery, the Lost Dutchman died before revealing the location of the mine. Let's listen to the docent's account of the story.
The Dutchman came to this particular area around 1863, and someplace he found some gold. Never told anybody where his claim was. Jacob took a turn for the worst in the care of two gentlemen who were acquaintances of Jacob. So you got these two guys by his bedside. He's passed. There's two different gold stories of where it came from, but essentially, Dick Holmes found a box under the bed that had some gold ore in it. Took it, turned some of it into jewelry, and sold some of it on. The reason that this is so interesting is that this particular gold has like a fingerprint to it. Nobody's been able to match this gold. They accuse him of stealing it from a Wickenburg place. It is very, very, very pure. So people want it. And our Dutch hunters here are still very, very active. Well, between 500 and 600 people lost their lives.
We decided not to add to the death count of those futilely searching for the Lost Dutchman's gold. Rather, we hiked up into the grounds to visit the stone crusher. Here, the gold is found inside the rocks. After crushing them, liquid mercury is used to release the gold via a chemical bonding. Then it is later smelted out. This highly toxic technique is no longer in use today. Further up the trail, we came to a memorial for a family whose aircraft crashed into the mountain in 2011. Very sad addition to those who've already died. On the way back, we diverted to an actual mine. It wasn't what we expected. It's a straight down shaft with a manual elevator. Miners traveled deep into the earth and filled loads to be sent back to the crusher. As we came back to the front, we saw a small town known as Apacheland. Apacheland was conceived in 1959 as both an amusement park and a working film studio. Originally located a few miles from the museum, a fire forced its closure. The surviving buildings were moved to the museum grounds. Viewing a bit of the movie history collection, we found the project was originally built to support filming for Death Valley Days, which features stars like Robert Taylor and later Ronald Reagan. A massive soundstage with walls nearly 40 feet high anchored the western end of the lot. By the end of 1960, Apacheland had expanded into a full Old West town, earning the nickname the Western Movie Capital of the World. During its peak, Apacheland hosted 17 television series, 29 feature films, and hundreds of commercials. That's quite a resume. Next, we wandered over to the sheriff's office, bank, and barbershop replicas. Life was certainly much harder in the Old West. The gruesome tooth removal scene in the so-called barbershop reminds us of how far we've come in modern times. I don't think there'd be enough whiskey for me to drown out that pain. Elvis shot his 1969 film Charo at Apacheland, his only non-singing role, and the little white chapel featured in the movie became one of the site's most iconic structures. In fact, it is still in use today. Well, that's it for now. Be sure to subscribe to keep up with our travels.